Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 7, Text number 44. Tapyante lokatapena sadhava prayasho janaha paramaradhanam tadhi purushasya khilatmanaha. Translation. It is said that great personalities almost always accept voluntary suffering because of the suffering of people in general. This is considered the highest method of worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead who is present in everyone's heart. Purport. Here is an explanation of how those engaged in activities for the welfare of others are very quickly recognized by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 68 and 69th verse, Ya idam paramam guhyam madbhakteshu abhidasyati naja tasman manushyeshu kaschinme priyakrittamaha. One who preaches the message of Bhagavad Gita to my devotees is most dear to me. No one can excel him in satisfying me by worship. There are different kinds of welfare activities in this material world, but the supreme welfare activity is the spreading of Krishna consciousness. Other welfare activities cannot be effective, for the laws of nature and the results of karma cannot be checked. It is by destiny or the laws of karma that one must suffer or enjoy. For instance, if one is given a court order, he must accept it, whether it brings suffering or profit. Similarly, everyone is under obligations to karma and its reactions. No one can change this. Therefore, the Shastra says, Tasyaiva heto prayateta kovido na labhyate yad brahmatam uparyadaha. One should endeavor for that which is never obtained by wandering up and down the universe as a result of the reactions of karma. What is that? One should endeavor to become Krishna conscious. If one tries to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, he should be understood to be performing the best welfare activity. The Lord is automatically very pleased with him. If the Lord is pleased with him, what is left for him to achieve? If one has been recognized by the Lord, even if he does not ask the Lord for anything, the Lord who is within everyone supplies him whatever he wants. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Again, as stated here, tapyante lokatapena sadhava prayasho janaha. The best welfare activity is raising people to the platform of Krishna consciousness, since the conditioned souls are suffering only for want of Krishna consciousness. The Lord Himself also comes to mitigate the suffering of humanity. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion. I advent myself millennium after millennium. All the Shastras conclude, therefore, that spreading the Krishna consciousness movement is the best welfare activity in the world. Because of the ultimate benefit this bestows upon people in general, the Lord very quickly recognizes such service performed by a devotee. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Hare Krishna. So here this verse is coming in the 8th canto, chapter 7. So in this canto, or the entire Bhagavatam actually beginning, it is describing various activities of the Lord, beginning from creation. Creation is the first canto, how Lord Brahma was created, then Lord Brahma created Prajapatis, then different Manus, like that. So, in the beginning cantos of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, the activities of the Swayambhuva Manu, or what all pastimes of the Lord happened under Swayambhuva Manu, like Devahuti, Kardama Muni, so many activities were described. And different principles of religion or spirituality was described, different aspects. Now Parikshit Maharaj is very eager to hear more and more. So now this particular events, Gajendra Moksha, was part of the previous class in the 8th canto, and this is said that it happened 5th or 6th Manu. At the present time, now the ruling of 7th Manu is going on, Vaivasvata Manu. There are 14 Manus which come in a day of Brahma, and currently 7th Manu's rule is going on. That means we are in a day of Brahma. If you calculate 14 Manus, 7th Manu means we are somewhere in the middle of the day of Brahma. So various activities, so whatever activities that has been described in this Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, starting from 1st Manu up to whatever has happened, it is being described. So now in the present few chapters, it is discussing about the churning of the milk ocean by Devatas and demons, Danavas. Why such a situation came is explained. Once it happened that Durvasa Muni was passing in the heavenly regions, and the king of heaven, Indra, he was riding on his elephant, and Durvasa Muni happened to meet him. So Durvasa Muni was pleased to meet him, and he offered his garland, what he was wearing, as a token of benediction to King Indra. Indra, on account of being very opulent, he was little puffed up at that moment. So after receiving the garland, he just placed it on his carrier, that is Airavata, that is elephant. So the elephant, not knowing the importance of receiving the benediction of the garland, just like this garland is a prasadam garland from the Lord himself. So same, the elephant did not know what is its importance. It just smashed the garland to the ground and just trampled over it. So Durvasa Muni, as we know, he became very angry, agitated, because it was treated as disrespect by Durvasa Muni. So he curses King Indra that why he did all these activities, or why did he disrespect the garland? Because of Indra was puffed up or proud of his material opulence. So Durvasa Muni, being a saintly person, so they curse. The cursing means actually they try to correct the person, especially in this incident, this pastime. So he said, you should be bereft of all the material opulence, so that you will learn a lesson. So that is the incident happened. So as a result, when King of Indra, if he is bereft of material opulence, means all the demigods also lose their opulence and power. So demons headed by Maharaj Bali conquered the heavenly regions, and they were ruling the entire universe. So in such a situation, naturally when demigods are in distress, whom do they approach? First they approach Lord Brahma, the leader of all the Devatas. So they go to Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma, along with all the Devatas, they approach Lord Vishnu in the Lord advises them. Now, Kala, time is favoring the demons. So you cannot fight with them and reconquer the kingdom. So instead, Lord suggests you declare a truce. Truce means some kind of treaty. So what is the treaty? Now demigods are already very weak, and demons already ruling the entire universe now. So you cannot show something which is already present in the universe and allure them to make a treaty. So you have to produce something so that which is very attractive to the demons. So Lord Vishnu says, let us generate nectar, amrita. By drinking that, you'll become immortal. Immortal means very long lifetime. It's not that they're not going to die at all. So the demons became very attracted. Oh, this idea is very good. Otherwise, what is the reason? Why they have to sign a treaty with Devatas? Because they're already ruling the entire universe. They already conquered. So Lord Vishnu gives this idea that let us all churn this milk ocean and generate the nectar. And finally, Vishnu suggests that I will somehow make sure that nectar doesn't go into the hands of demons. But he suggests one more thing, that whatever the demons propose, you just accept it. Don't fight, don't become angry. Whatever the demons suggest, you should accept the proposal. So same way, Devatas go to Maharaj Bali and they propose that let us do this churning of ocean, milk ocean, and generate the nectar. So when they started churning, actually it's a very elaborate pastime, how they initially couldn't bring that Mandara mountains. That mountain was selected to churn because it's a huge ocean and they have to churn that entire ocean. So the churning rod required here also should be very big. So they chose Mandara mountain, and demons and demigods both together were lifting and bringing it, but they couldn't bring it to the place where the churning supposed to happen. Then they drop it in between. Then again, they ask the help of Lord Krishna. So then Lord Vishnu appears on his Garuda carrier, and then Lord single-handedly, in just one hand, he easily lifts and places it on Garuda carrier, and they carry that mountain and again bring it to the ocean. So here we can see material strength is actually limited. See, all the combined efforts of all the Devatas and Asuras, they are not able to lift just one mountain which is part of this universe. And Lord was easily able to lift it, and not only lift it, Lord placed it on Garuda. And Garuda is a carrier of Lord Vishnu. So Lord Garuda also easily carried. Of course, he is carrying Lord himself, so mountain is nothing. So the devotee strength, or Lord Garuda's strength, that is all spiritual strength, not material strength. Even many accomplishments what devotees achieve in this material world, even great, many examples are there, like Pandavas. All those, whatever they achieve, devotees' achievement is actually through the spiritual strength, not on the material strength. Material strength is very limited, and material strength is gained by the law of karma. Means we are born as human beings in this present life, and we are born into certain situation and certain circumstance. Each of us have different talent, different skills, and all those are coming by our previous past karma reactions. So if we analyze, or if we want to achieve something in this world, we always rely on our talent and skills. And suppose if our goal is too big And if we want to, and often we see that if our goal is very big, our talents and skills or capacity, we find it very, very limited, or we cannot achieve that. So we think that, or we become frustrated to achieve that goals. But here, when we read from Bhagavata and lives of different devotees, great devotees, we often can see that great achievements or whatever great feats the devotees achieve is actually by the spiritual strength, not by the material strength. So therefore, it is a very, very important lesson that we being devotees, sometimes we also might get frustrated because we are trying to give this message of Śrīmad Bhāgavad Gita, Lord Krishna, teachings of Srila Prabhupada to larger people, section of people in this society, and we don't see much success, or we don't see much appreciation for this work. So that time we may think, what am I doing, or what is the use? Or all of you are chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, you may be working in your office. People don't recognize, they don't give any value. Generally in this world, all of us, what do we give more value? Whatever the society gives value, we also give value to that, isn't it? So chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, if you see on the society level, who is giving value? Nobody gives any value. Suppose if you tell I am chanting 16 rounds, is anybody going to appreciate you, or is anybody going to consider you a very great person? No. Only if you have great money, or if you exhibit great talent or great skills, then only they will think, oh, you are a very nice person, a very great person, or a very successful person. If same thing, if you are chanting Hare Krishna, they will think, oh, weak person. He is always very weak or afraid, so that's why he is chanting Krishna's name. So they become puffed up by their material skills and strength. But actually, we devotees at least, whether the society gives value or not, we should give value to what we are doing. And how we can give value to what we are doing, all the spiritual activities, that source should come from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Therefore, it is told, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Before starting the class, we chant these prayers every day. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya means every day we have to serve Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Serving Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, there are two things Prabhupada says. One is person Bhagavata and one is book Bhagavata. Book Bhagavata we can serve by hearing and trying to understand the principles mentioned in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam and trying to inculcate in our life. And the person Bhagavata is our spiritual master Srila Prabhupada, who is the embodiment of all the principles mentioned in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. So we have to serve his mission. So that is a great opportunity given to us by Srila Prabhupada, where we can hear every day Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, and it is being translated in a very simple way into English, so that the whole world can read and understand. And then, so therefore, we should focus on gaining the spiritual strength. The devotees, although we may have some talents and skills, we will apply whatever is there. Definitely we will apply that in our services. But majorly we should work on increasing the spiritual strength. Spiritual strength means attracting the mercy of the Lord, attracting the attention of the Lord. So that is the, in this verse, today's verse, whatever we read and discussed, is actually talking about that. And Lord Krishna has mentioned this in Śrīmad Bhagavad Gita also. After speaking the entire Bhagavad Gita, in the 18th chapter, last few verses, Krishna says, who is the one who is very, very dear to me? So many things Krishna discussed throughout the Bhagavad Gita. And finally he said, who is how we can attract this attention of the Lord is being spoken. So we have to, devotees have to capture these principles. We should understand how we can attract, because that is our mission, that is our goal of life. Devotees means why we are chanting Hare Krishna mantra, why we are trying to follow so many principles, or why we are trying to render some services. All of these things, why are we doing? So that one day, somehow, Lord, we attract the attention of the Lord. So, when we read such things from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Śrīmad Bhagavad Gita, we should quickly hold on to that and try to apply it in our lives. Then Lord also says, with patience and peace, because demigods were now bereft of their kingdoms. So Lord advises very important aspect. Although they are trying to make a truce with demons, both of them are actually opposite nature. Devatas are endowed with divine qualities, and demons are endowed with demoniac qualities. So now, how can there be a treaty? We can think, but it is on the Lord's advice. Actually, Devatas go and make a truce with the demons, and the main important principle is patience and peace. Lord says everything can be achieved. So it is a very important lesson when we are living in this modern world, where we are met with so many obstacles, so many opposing forces. People will insult more than the people who value us. Many people will actually not care. So at that time, we have to remember all these principles, how Devatas behaved with the demons, with patience and peace. We should never become agitated, or we should not become angry when somebody doesn't recognize our work. Say sometimes you may go out for book distribution. So you are trying to give the book. So if you meet 10 people, some 5 people will just walk away. They'll not even speak to you properly. Another 2-3 people may just little bit insult also. And some one or some extreme cases, they may little very harshly respond also. So at that time we may become frustrated or become dejected. Oh, what is this? Why I have to face all this thing? I'll just do myself very peacefully, sit and study in my home, chant Hare Krishna. I myself peacefully live. Like that we may think, isn't it? We have encountered all such situations. And this is a very simple example. There will be, as we advance in devotional service, more and more bigger obstacles will come. These are in the beginning. When we just begin our devotional service, book distribution is the first service we start, isn't it? So that time these are all very small things. And once we start doing this more and more, we also become habituated. Our mind also will become conditioned. We know out of these 10 people, 1 or 2 will be interested. Rest 8 we have to neglect, ignore. So, but as we advance, Lord also will give more and more tests. It is not only at this level. This test we may easily conquer by doing repeatedly book distribution. But as we start becoming serious, more and more obstacles certainly will come. Prabhupada has also confirmed this. Don't think that Lord will not test. Lord will test our determination or our sincerity. Because Lord has told, okay, surrender unto me, sarvadharman parityajya, mamekam sharanam raja. So we may tell also, yes, Lord, I understood. I will surrender to you. We will put one dandavats also and tell that I am surrendered. So now, how do we know that whether we are surrendered or not? How do we know that whether we are surrendered or not? It is when different situations comes, how we respond during those situations, that determines or that shows whether we are surrendered or not. So when different situations comes, if you are agitated, if you are angry, that means actually that is a Lord is keeping mirror, and we are trying to see, oh, I am not surrendered. Because if you are surrendered, because Lord is Sarva Shaktiman, if you have surrendered to Lord, Krishna says, in all conditions, in all situations, actually devotees of the Lord are happy. Because they know Lord is there. One simple example, one story Prabhupada gives. Say, once one husband and wife, they are crossing the river in the boat. So, the husband was a nice devotee. Of course, wife was also devotee. When they are traveling in that boat, suddenly one storm kind of situation or very fearful situation comes, and husband will be relaxed. He is not very much disturbed, but wife becomes very much disturbed. Oh no, what will happen? We are in the middle of the river. We may drown and die, like that. So, but she sees her husband. He is not so much agitated or disturbed. He is just peacefully sitting. And then she asks, "Why are you not afraid, or why are you not fearful?" So he says, "I am a surrendered devotee of the Lord. So, if I have to die today, and if Lord has to protect me, then nobody can kill me. If Lord has decided to kill, definitely whether I am in land or water, it doesn't make a difference. So today I am accepting." So devotee sees, like any situation, he sees the hand of the Lord. So, and practically, the husband actually shows what he does. He actually will be having a sword. He keeps a sword at the neck of the wife. And when he keeps like that, wife is naturally not very disturbed or fearful. So the husband asks, "Why are you not afraid? I have kept a sword at your neck." So the wife says, "I know you are my husband. So I know that you love me. So why I should be afraid? I know that you are not going to kill me. You just placed a neck." So same way that husband explained, same way it may appear that now I am going to die. And since I know Lord loves me, and I also love the Lord, so if Lord has to protect me, Lord will protect me. Otherwise, it is up to Lord's wish. So in this way, a devotee in every situation, he sees the hand of the Lord, and he understands, and the devotee also understands. Actually, it is not the material body. We are actually spirit soul. So the soul is actually the devotee of the Lord, not this material body. This material body and the manas, buddhi, ahankara, naturally this is averse to the Lord. This body and our mind, material mind's body system, actually works opposite to the Lord. That's the situation, because this is a representation of independent existence from the Lord. Our material body, mind system, whatever is given, it will always work against the Lord. Against the Lord means it always gives a sense of separate independence or separate enjoyment from the Lord. So now, when we realize that we want to be devotee of the Lord, that means the soul is already devotee. Soul already knows who is Krishna. As of now, the soul is put in a sleeping condition. It is just following the ways of this body-mind system. So now, if the soul has to awaken to its original position, then the soul has to start controlling the mind-body system based on the instructions of the spiritual master. And because the soul is actually superior in position. The mind-body system, actually, at the present moment, what is happening? Mind-body system has taken over the soul. So that's why it is told soul is sleeping. If soul has to awaken, then the mind-body system should be controlled by the soul, not the vice versa. So therefore, this is a very important understanding that we have to develop, how we can please the Lord. So there is one more. So in the purport we saw, in the translation we saw how the great personalities almost always accept voluntary suffering because of the suffering of people in general. So this verse is spoken in context with Lord Shiva deciding to drink the poison. So when they decided that we have to churn the ocean of milk, initially what came was the alahala poison, and it was suffocating the entire universe. It was spreading everywhere. So then all the devatas, they approach Lord Shiva for accepting or drinking this poison. So therefore this verse, today's verse is spoken. Although Lord Shiva has nothing to do with this activity, what was going on, still, because he's a very exalted personality, and they are always looking for auspicious development of this world. Auspicious development means more and more jivas should get enlightened, and more jivas should progress towards liberation. So here, all these activities was supposed to enthrone demigods back to their original position. So therefore, Lord Shiva accepted, although it is not a suffering, but still it's a principle mentioned. Voluntarily, they accept the suffering. The great personalities like Lord Shiva and even all the great acharyas, actually they have nothing to do with this world. They come or descend to this world on the order of Lord Krishna, just to spread the message of the Lord. So same way we can see in the life of Srila Prabhupada also. So many suffering, so many obstacles. He has to travel. He didn't even have money to travel to America, so he has to approach different people to give a free ticket. And again, after going to America, no proper place to live, and nobody is receiving, and book all these books, at least writing the books, printing, proofreading, then again selling, distribution. Everything was single-handedly done by Srila Prabhupada. So when we hear such things, some people have asked also, Prabhu, why are you doing all these things? Anyway, nobody is bothered, nobody is interested. Why are you doing all these things? But they understand, great personalities understand that this is the highest method of worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is a principle, very wonderful principle. It is mentioned. One who accepts the voluntary suffering for the sake of people in general. And this is the highest method of worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Recently, I read one message, a letter, where, because in India generally deity worship is very opulently done, and somebody was suggesting that we should also buy real gold, diamonds like that, and put on the deities. No doubt it's a great service, but Srila Prabhupada's view on this was, now in a present modern world, if you try to put that, it will only attract thieves, it will not attract devotees. And Prabhupada told the best way to glorify the Lord, or best way to adore the Lord, is actually by preaching. By preaching, spreading this message, bringing more and more people, or making more and more people Krishna conscious. So, see, by this we can understand the mood of the Acharya and mood of the Lord also. Lord will become more happy when we make another person Krishna conscious than putting some gold jewelry on the Lord. Lord is already very opulent. He is Lakshmi Pati. So what we can give? So therefore, this important principle, one who preaches the message of Bhagavad Gita to my devotees is most dear to me. And Krishna, in another line, he says, no one can excel him. So Lord has told many places in Bhagavad Gita, oh, he is dear to me, he is dear to me, he is very dear to me, like that. But especially this particular principle, one who is preaching this message, Lord is qualifying or distinguishing that person by saying, no one can excel him in satisfying me by worship. So this we have to catch immediately. And we should not think, oh, only devotees in temple or it is meant for only sannyasis, they can preach. There is no bar like that. Just 2 days back, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur appearance day we celebrated, and we heard in the class, in the lecture given by Srila Prabhupada, how Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is a guru, is one of our acharya in the parampara. He was a householder and he was a district magistrate. He was, in today's terminology, you can consider as DC. So in those, because in the British rule it was called district magistrate. So although he was occupying that post, very, very responsible, district DC means the entire district administration comes under him, so much busy morning till evening. And his daily schedule also Prabhupada mentioned, how he used to come evening 5 o'clock, immediately take supper and go to bed and get up at 12 o'clock midnight, and then from 12 o'clock to 9 o'clock he is busy, engaged in Krishna conscious activities. And he was organizing so many preaching activities, Namahattas, discovering of the birthplace of Mayapur. Today when we go to Mayapur, these are all the great contributions of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's disciplic succession, the Guru Parampara, was actually distorted, or it was lost. And it is actually Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's contribution that he identified which is the bona fide parampara which is coming from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there are great examples, sufficient examples, that one need not be a renunciant or a sannyasi or a brahmachari living in temple, or only it is their work they should do. It is not like that. Anybody can do. Krishna has told, one who gives this message of Bhagavad Gita is very, very dear to me. So we can apply, we can take it. And generally in the outside world, what do we count? How much money I am earning, how much I have kept in my bank account, how much, what shall I buy next, what should I do? This will be constant thinking of materialist people. So now we being devotees, we should be constantly thinking, how many people I made devotee, how many people I don't. You can make a count also. You can note down somewhere. You should keep noting, oh, how many people I told about Krishna, how many people I brought to temple, or how many people I made them chant Hare Krishna. See, sometimes it may look simple when we are in the temple, some 2-3 people will come, and when there are some malas there, we tell them, please chant this Hare Krishna mantra. Because in this Kali Yuga, very simple words, we may not be a great scholars to preach this message. We can tell, so you have come to temple, so chant this one round, 10 minutes. It is a Yuga Dharma. So when that person chants, it goes into that person's credit also, and for the spiritual credit comes to you also. So because that Jiva, somewhere he was roaming in the world, somehow he landed up in this temple, and somehow he chanted one round. His journey towards God has started that day, and it was initiated by you. So therefore we should take happiness in such things. We should not take happiness like how the outside materialists take pride. So they will take pride when they get some money, or some 5 lakh I got, or I got another job offer 20 lakh worth, so I become happy. So not like that. Because here Prabhupada one more very importantly says, karma, the results of karma or loss of karma, nobody can escape. If it is there in your destiny, it will definitely come. Whether it is enjoyment or suffering, both will come. Enjoyment means all these things, opulence, nice facilities, all those things. That will also come if it is there in your karma. If it is not there, how much ever hard we try, it will not come. So therefore, we should always try to do the transcendental activities, transcendental work. Because that is what here, one more verse in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam it says, Tasyaiva heto prayoteta kovido na labhyate yad brahmatam uparyadaha. One should endeavor for that which is never obtained by wandering up and down the universe as a result of the reactions of karma. And what is that? One should endeavor to become Krishna conscious. All our endeavor should be always that how I will become Krishna conscious. So, what is the practical catch? How do I test whether I am becoming Krishna conscious or not? Actually, different situations, different circumstances that comes, whether it is happy situations or distressful situations, in both the situations, what is my consciousness? How did I see that particular consciousness? How did I apply myself in that consciousness? That determines whether I am becoming Krishna conscious or not. Sometimes we pray to Lord, oh, so much difficulty is coming, please remove it. Actually, why it should be removed? That is a good opportunity. Devotee should see, oh, it's a good opportunity for me to become Krishna conscious. If we are not able to do, then we have to consult the senior Vaishnavas, one who are already practicing this Krishna conscious process from long time. So by that we will actually get how to see that particular situation, because all of us are not experts. Sometimes we may be successful, sometimes we may be failures, because we are all sadhakas, we are not perfected beings. Every situation we may not apply perfectly Krishna conscious. Sometimes we may miss, we may fail. But a sadhaka means he always gets up and he will always tries to apply, or so if a person is spiritually alive, that means he will always consult, he will always ask, he is always questioning mode, or what is happening, or somehow this didn't work out. Every day we should keep checking, we should keep counting what is happening in my life, whether what all activities happened, whether I was Krishna conscious or not. So this is the constant thinking, anxiety of a devotee. Outside people, what are their anxieties? What profit did I make today? Or what was, I mean, did I enjoy life today nicely? Or next what we will do? So all those things. So same anxiety, same level of a sense of achievement we can have by comparing, oh, today I behaved. Sometimes we may behave wrongly also, not proper this thing. So that time, that also we should recognize. Oh, today I was not in this particular situation, I was not able to behave in a Krishna conscious way. Uh, Actually, that is a path of a sadhaka. Not that always I have to be perfect. Oh, he's devotee, you don't know how to behave. No, that is pure devotee level. We are all sadhaka level. So that time we have to, therefore, cooperate with each other. Only a devotee can understand another devotee. Outside people cannot understand a devotee's life. So therefore, we have to make Lord and the spiritual master both in our suffering, struggles, as well as happiness. It is not that only when happiness comes, oh Lord bless me, and when suffering comes, oh Lord is pushing me down. Not like that. Lord is transcendent. In this material world, actually everything is suffering. Nothing is, there is no happiness. As Prabhupada says, there is no happiness in this world actually. It is only absence of suffering or miseries is taken as happiness. But actually in this world, everything is suffering. So everything we should see as the mercy of the Lord. And this is a very important, I don't remember the reference. In Bhagavad Gita it comes. Prabhupada says this is a very remarkable statement. Anyone who sees every situation in this world as a mercy of the Lord, he is fit to go back to Godhead. Imagine, this is the statement made by Srila Prabhupada. Anybody who sees, whether it is suffering or happiness, every situation, if he sees that this is the mercy of the Lord, then he is fit to go back to Godhead. So these are all such very wonderful principles mentioned. So therefore, you should always keep counting. Oh, here I made a good, I mean, I was able to apply in a Krishna conscious way, or I told these many people about Krishna consciousness. Oh, I made this many person chanting Hare Krishna. Of course, they should not go to other extreme, become again puffed up that, oh, I have made hundreds of devotees, and not like that. Just to feel, give value to what we are doing, we can always have a sense of accomplishment in these activities as well. And Prabhupada says there are so many welfare activities in this world, just like charity, of building hospitals or drinking water facility. There's so many things people do. And the best welfare activity out of all those welfare activities, Prabhupada is mentioning, is to raise people to the platform of Krishna consciousness. So this is because the whole this material existence is happening, or all the suffering is coming because of lack of knowledge about one's own self and lack of knowledge of Krishna. So we don't know who we are, we don't know who is the Lord, and we don't know what is the relationship between the two. And naturally, when we don't know, we act in a way which is contrary to those principles. So therefore, the entire suffering, humanity can be mitigated only by raising people to Krishna consciousness. One is, first we ourselves should be Krishna conscious, then only we can give others Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it is not possible. So therefore, first we ourselves should become strong by Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nityam Bhagavata Seva means, as I mentioned, both person Bhagavata and book Bhagavata. Book Bhagavata, very simple, we have to read and study and try to understand. And person Bhagavata means we have to engage, serve the person Bhagavata, that is Srila Prabhupada. I conclude today's class. Granthraj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.